Hey everyone, Sweet Johnny Cage here, back with another guide for Resident Evil Village. This time I'm going to show you how to make it through the entire intro section of the game on Village of Shadows difficulty without the use of any infinite ammo weapons. This is going to make use of some despawn mechanics as well as very important aiming and timing mechanics. So we're going to start at the very beginning, the very first combat encounter. So once you enter this house, we're going to pick up the knife and then break open a box that I don't remember being there on earlier difficulties, but maybe I just always missed it. Either way, pick up the knife and then break open this box and you get some first aid medicine. From there, we want to, just like normal, go to the curtain, trigger the cutscene and then skip it, and then we will be put in the basement with some corpses. Once you inspect this corpse, you can skip the cutscene and then the very first combat encounter will begin. Hilariously, you can just run right past this Lycan, head back into the closet, and then pick up the bolt cutters. Once you pick up the bolt cutters, the Lycan despawns, never to be seen again, so you don't actually have to fight that one. Once you do that, head into the shed, you can pick up a chem fluid here, and then there is an herb on the shelf here, so you can create a second first aid medicine. Alright, once you do that, it's time to head into everybody's favorite house, and this is the first really mandatory combat encounter. Once you use the bolt cutters and break the chain, you want to just walk straight forward into the next house, and then this is where things get really, really hard. So this is your first really forced combat encounter. You have to kill this enemy, at least as far as I know, and doing so is going to require more or less all the ammunition available to you. So the Lycan will not enter the house until you go near every single window and see all of the Lycans begin surrounding the house. Make sure you barricade the door. That thing will not break, no matter how much they bang on it, so don't worry about it. But once you visit all the windows, the Lycan will invade the house. And then, very important here, is you want to get really good at pushing enemies off of you. So in order to do that, you want to hold L1 to guard, and then as soon as they hit you once, mash L1 after that, and then you will sort of kick them off of you. This allows you to block one hit, take very little damage, but then get some space between you and whatever enemy. This will work on virtually any enemy in the game, so you especially want to employ that here. The other thing you want to do is always use focused shots. And what I mean by that is when you aim for about a second, the crosshair turns into a dot, and you only want to take a shot when that dot is on your screen. The reason for this is because these focused shots deal a little bit more damage and have a higher propensity to grant headshots, although the odds of that happening here are quite low this early in the game on Village of Shadows difficulty. But since you have such little ammunition, you want to make sure every single shot counts the most. So using focused shots is your main way of doing that. I've only ever ended this encounter with a single bullet left once, and that was this encounter. I actually ended with 2. Generally, and I'm not sure if this is scripted, it sort of feels like it is, but maybe it's just luck or like a common occurrence, for me personally. But it seems like the final bullet you shoot him with will kill him, even if, you haven't done that much damage to him. At least that's how I feel. But I ended it with 2. Once that Lycan goes down, everybody else leaves, and then it's time for the part of this invasion of why you're probably in this guide in the first place. So there's some prep work that goes into this, and this whole section is really about timing. This is primarily on a timer, so you just want to sort of burn out that invisible timer, and then eventually the cutscene will play. So make sure you unlock the gate behind the house, come over here, break this box, and then you want to head inside. And then as soon as you cross the threshold, the invasion begins. So barricade the door, turn to your right, get the handgun bullets out of this drawer, the gunpowder off the table, an herb right behind you, and then of course the shotgun, but we're really not going to use that. From here, you want to shoot this Lycan away from the door as it's swinging its axe. The reason you want to do it at this particular moment is because this gives you the most amount of time to sort of burn out the timer. If you just keep shooting him repeatedly, you're going to run out of ammo faster and then have to leave. So once you run out of ammo, go to the back room, pick up the bullets, and then whatever else is in the room. And then I'm going to mess this up but you want to take out your knife, and then as soon as a Lycan enters the room, you want to slash this bag of flour. That will create a distraction, and you can get away safely. I waited a hair too long, so the Lycan did attack, but either way, just get up, slash the flour, and jump down. And of course, if you need to craft any first aid, and then use it if you got hit. If not, keep going. You do not want to stay in this basement on Village of Shadows because there is an armored Lycan down here who wants to do nothing more than to eat you. So just turn around, grab this box of bullets out of the crate, slash this next crate on the top of the hill, but do not go down the pathway. Instead, take the main path into the house, and then as soon as you get in, turn left, and then barricade this door. In this house, I've gotten really lucky a few times. Unfortunately, I didn't capture it on footage. That's okay. Pick up the bullets and whatever else is in the house. And then what you want to do is you want to employ the same exact tactic you did before, where you're waiting until the enemy swings at the door, and then you shoot it away. If you're lucky, Urias can spawn, or Urias can spawn, and sort of push all these guys out of the way, and Urias' hammer cannot break barricades. I don't know why, but he can smash this door till Kingdom Come, and it will never break. So if you get lucky, Urias will push all the Lycan out of the way, maybe even kill a few for you with his hammer, and then you can just sort of stay in here till the cutscene triggers. You do want to watch out, though, because once the door breaks down, or the barricade breaks down, Lycan will show up, and then you want to escape. There's also another window in that house that you saw me attack with a knife. Lycans can break in through there, but you don't want to waste any ammo because you can reach them with your knife. But once everything's sort of gone to hell in that house, you want to run out, and then we are going to go back to the to this little water wheel area. You want to take as long as possible to get here. This way you bring as many Lycan with you. And then as long as you have one bullet left, you're okay. Wait till they get kind of close, shoot the barrel, and then begin running away. You want to jump off of platforms and try to hug walls as far away from Lycan as possible. They cannot jump off of platforms after you, at least most of the time. It'll at least take them a long time to do it. But we're going to follow this path, go through this newly opened gate, and then we are going to go into the first house. And since this barricade never broke, we can use it again. It is going to be very weak, though. So just jump upstairs and then wait for it to break, and then we're going to kite a Lycan up the stairs towards us. And then all we're going to do is once it gets to the top, we're going to jump off the side of the stairs and then just block on your way out, kick them off of you by mashing L1 after you block, and then we're going to go across the bridge through this red gate, and then we're just going to try to burn down the timer as much as possible. You can hide behind this cooking pot and sort of kite the Lycans around. You shouldn't have too many in here your first time through. The Lycans can open the red gate, Urias cannot. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so I made a mistake. Do not go towards this guy. He's gonna basically one-shot you. But I got lucky and the timer was basically out of time, so the cutscene is gonna trigger here in a second. But what you really want to do is avoid the armored guys at all costs and just go to the right instead of the left if he's in that corner. If not, great, just follow that path and just keep moving around. You effectively just want to put as much space between you and the Lycans as possible. They are very fast on Village of Shadows and way more erratic, so you don't want to bother shooting them unless you're just trying to get them off of a barricade. But once this cutscene triggers, that's it. You can also do this while in a house. I can confirm that that works. You do not need to be outside for this cutscene to happen. You just have to burn the timer. And that's it. This requires a little bit of luck. And if Urias is in front of a house, great, just sit in there as long as you need until the cutscene triggers and you're good to go. Otherwise, you will need to run around the village a fair bit. But that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Resident Evil Village, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'll be Johnny Cage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.